Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to read you this story called Right Now, I Am Brave. It's written by Dr. Daniela Owen, and her job is to help kids learn how they actually have all the tools they need to make themselves feel better when situations are difficult, like when you're frightened. Let's see what she has to teach us. Looks like these kids are going into the woods in the nighttime. They have flashlights, and I have to be honest, sometimes that would be a little scary for me. And they've got lots of folks encouraging them. One saying, "You are brave." Another one says, "You've got this. Be courageous." Those are all good words of encouragement, aren't they? It's okay to be scared, but you've got this. You can handle it. You can do it. It's not dangerous. Sometimes things can feel really scary. These may be things that other kids find scary too. Or they may be things that most kids don't find scary at all. Some kids get scared if they get called on by the teacher at school, or if they're giving a musical performance, or even just being in a crowd. But it doesn't look like the three kids on this page feel scared of that. We're all different. It's okay. When the things we find scary are not actually dangerous, like the things we just talked about, then it's time to be brave. These are little thoughts you could say in your head, like remind yourself it's not dangerous. Or it's okay to be scared, but you've got this. You can do it. You can handle it. Being brave is about facing something that is scary or hard for you to deal with. Sometimes we choose to be brave because it's the right thing to do. I'm guessing in this picture, few kids weren't being nice to somebody else in the playground. And this guy came up and said, "Leave him alone," and stood up for his friend. That was really a brave thing to do. Firefighters, astronauts, and soldiers are all brave, and their jobs are really hard. Do you guys know anyone who's a firefighter or an astronaut or a soldier? When something feels scary, our brains may tell us to run away, go and hide, or stay away no matter what. But we don't always have to listen to what our brain tells us. Sometimes our brains play tricks on us and tell us something is scarier than it actually is. It looks like this guy's brain is telling him that that slide looks like it's 1,000 feet high and you can't do it. I don't think that's true, do you? Think back. Have you ever been worried or nervous or scared to do something new? I certainly have. Then, once you did it, you were so glad you did. Think about that. I bet you all can come up with one of those experiences. Being brave is tough. It's tough for firefighters, astronauts, and soldiers. And it can be tough for kids too, but you can do it. One way to be brave is to talk to yourself in an encouraging way. When your brain is saying, not so fast, tell yourself, I can handle it. Then you will feel much more confident and brave. How about you give it a try? I can do this. I am brave. Even though I feel scared right now, I can do this. I am brave. Cheering ourselves on is one of the best ways to help us be brave. She's got little cheerleaders in her head. We all have them. You're courageous. Go for it. You've got this. Those are good things to tell ourselves. Another way to help ourselves feel brave is by making a plan to do something brave. When we set a goal and make a promise to ourselves, it's much more likely we'll achieve our goal. This little girl might be kind of shy, so she wrote in her notebook, say hi to 2 new people at ballet class on Saturday. Sometimes it's really brave to say hello to new friends. Usually feels good afterwards, though. When the time comes to do a brave thing, remember, I made a promise to myself, and I will be very glad that I kept my promise. What helps the most is doing something brave and discovering that you can handle it. Sometimes standing up in front of the class is scary, isn't it? But you can do it. Once we do something brave, we are always glad we did. We feel extremely proud of ourselves, which makes it a tiny bit easier to be brave the next time. A great thing to do after we have been brave is to reward ourselves. Being brave is tough, and when we accomplish tough things, it's nice to give ourselves a reward. She must have made a medal for herself that says, I did it. We can reward ourselves with a pat on the back, a self-hug, or by telling ourselves how great it is that we chose to be brave. This guy's telling himself, you are a champion. Remind yourself, right now, I am brave. The end. I like that story. I have to tell you guys that grown-ups often feel a little bit afraid of new things too. It's not just kids. So I like the ideas in this book about setting a goal for yourself, doing something that you might be a little afraid of. But one thing that I wanted to add that the author didn't mention is, even though it's really important, if we know something isn't dangerous, to talk to ourselves about being brave and going ahead and trying it, like standing up in front of the class, or the first day of school, or trying the new slide at the playground if we know we're big enough to go on it. But if there are things that make you feel a little scared and you're not sure about them, always tell a grown-up. It's good to tell either your mom or dad or someone who loves you that you're a little afraid of a certain circumstance, and they can help you decide whether that's something that you should be brave and go ahead and do. Or sometimes trust your intuition and decide that you don't have to participate in every event. So that's something you'll learn, but trust a grown up and ask for help. That's always a good lesson. I hope you're feeling brave right now and that you have a wonderful day. I'll be back to read to you again soon. Bye for now.